Great peace, great peace, great peace, Shakoki. All right, so I want to talk a little bit about the upcoming election that we have for the governor's race. And I want to talk a little bit about Michigan. And I also want to talk about this Hakeem Jeffries uh, sort of thing we just saw. Um, so, right now, we can see that Michigan, they're trying to give the race to Jocelyn Benson. And they're trying to use Mike Duggan as like a far fetched type of candidate who could come in and swoop and win and kind of be a surprise story for someone who kind of led Detroit into this unsounding victory that we would hear about again, and that's just not the case, right? They're still trying to keep the politics in Lansing, and they're still trying to keep their vacation spots and stuff like that. Listen, I don't really like what's going on. I don't really like what's going on. You had Hakeem Jeffries give a speech today, right? And the Congressional Black Caucus members, they were standing by or whatnot. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, they have no emergency powers whatsoever. Him being the House Speaker, like they have no emergency powers whatsoever. Like, black unemployment is up. Um, Black hospitalization is up. Um, Black homelessness is up. And they have nothing that can come in and try to stop these things from occurring. They keep entrusting people who don't look like the people who are suffering. I don't want Hakeem Jeffries speaking for me. I don't want Mike Duggan speaking for me. Okay, if you want to have someone speak for me, um, Ibrahim have Ibrahim Torre speak for me. The captain of Burkina Faso, Upper Revolt. Have him speak for me. I don't want Hakeem Jeffries speaking for me. He's over there in New Jersey. New Jersey is a failed state. I can't name one black accomplishment that's happening in New Jersey right now. So Hakeem Jeffries is bought and paid off for. They have people who they're siding with and helping. Gretchen Whitmer, and she's getting ready to leave the state of Michigan's governor office, which I thought was going to get handed to Garland Gilchrist, but Garland Gilchrist, he went along with the play. He's not going to run for governor's seat. He's going to run for Secretary of State. What power the Secretary of State has? So we're seeing people, they're going along with the game. They're getting bought and paid off for. I don't like the fact that we have people out here who can't afford to live on their own, without worrying about food scarcity, bill overwhelm, bill taxation. We cannot live out here on our own because we're dealing with these issues. When you look at someone like Hakeem Jeffries, right, and he doesn't say anything about our tribal governments being dissolved and being paused, he doesn't even mention it. Like, we're supposed to have tribal governments. It's a reason why all black Americans don't look alike. Because at one point in time, we had tribal governments. We were in this place. We were in that place. We didn't have to be bothered with these people because we knew what these people were like. Now everybody is sort of just like bypassing each other, kind of thrown on top of each other. And it's kind of like it's accepted now that we're all supposed to be one monolith. That's just not the case. That shouldn't be the case. That shouldn't be the case. So I don't like what's going on right now. Hakeem Jeffries, that speech he gave at the press conference today, like it doesn't do enough for me. It doesn't do enough for me. You can try to get the Mark Lamont Hills, the Roland Martins to clean it up for you, but it's not going to work. It's not going to work. We know for a fact that we have money and allotments out there that we're not getting on the federal level and state level, and on a city and on the citywide level. We're not getting these emergencies. They're keeping the money for themselves. They're helping themselves. You got to think, right? My generation is getting ready to come into government after Gen X and sort of like rein everything in. We're still looking at people like Jesse Jackson era run everything. That's not good. Why is Jesse Jackson running everything now? His people, his conglomerate. Why are they running everything still to this day? And they have intelligence on the ground, right? They can see that there's so much xenophobia being spread towards Africans, right? And they're not even trying to clean that up. And this is their base. This is their constituency. Democrats, like literally, right? You look at the mega base, right? The megas, they're not really a true exemplary of Republicans. They're not. They're not the people who fought in the old glory wars, who promised that every state will have a republic. They're not those people, and Trump, he knows that, which is why he kind of just gives them a blind eye. This politics thing is coming full circle. It's coming full circle. If we want to see people get in office and we want to see people represent us and have the attitude of carrying us to the next moment, we have to actually sit down and ask ourselves, what is it that we want out of them? What is it that we want them to see them do? That's what we have to ask ourselves. Me, I'm willing to participate with anyone on an international level who wants to get things done. I'm not willing to participate with someone who doesn't want to get anything done. You know? I just, like, what are we doing? Why doesn't every global citizen have a passport ID? I can understand if you can't afford to renew it every time, right? But why don't everyone have a passport ID? Why don't everyone don't have a real ID? If we're going to be serious about this upcoming election, right, we got to make sure that we're foot on the ground, we're boots on the ground, and we need to elect people who are going to have our best interests. We can't just go with the whole normal escapades of just doing things the normal way. We can't do that anymore. We need to elect the right people in office so we can get the right people in there to do things to make sure that we can get things done. So that's what I want to see get done. I want to see Hakeem Jeffries do a backstep, apologize, come out and say, we're going to get this done, we're going to get that done. That's what I want to see. I want to see that get done. I don't want to see all that other stuff take place. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see Roland Martin coming out here saying the things that he's saying about free politics and all of that. Like, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Invite Ibrahim Toure to the channel so he can speak. That's what I want to hear. Invite him on there and let him speak. So if we can get that done, that'd be great. And if we can't get that done, then I don't know what's going on. Okay, I don't know what's going on. All right. All right. So let's hope that, we get some politicians in there like who's not bought off and paid for. And let's hope we get the right people in there to voice our opinions. Great peace, Yakoki.